Okay, let's move on to the New York Giants.
I guess we're
Max.
just not going to do the Super Bowl champions
No,
first, but
we're gonna.
whatever. Cool,
Hey,
cool, cool.
best for last. Best for
Best for last.
last.
Yeah, there you
There you
go.
go.
Thanks, Juan.
We gotta
Way to
flip it.
save it. Way to save
So
it.
some of the notable picks for the New York Giants, you got Abdul Carter with their third overall pick. They wound up trading back in the first for Jackson Dart. They got Darius Alexander in the third round, and they got Cam Scatteraboo in the fourth round. So lot of stuff to talk about here, Max. When you're looking at this draft class as a whole, what's the big highlight for you?
It's obviously Abdul Carter. It's got to be. And when we saw them trade back into the second round, we were like, damn, what's it going to take? Like, what did they give up? And they gave up the 34th pick, a third rounder, the 99th pick in the draft, and then a third rounder next year. I don't think that's outrageous value. It's not like you gave up a future first like Atlanta did for James Pierce.
For a quarterback, too.
Brian Daboll is a quarterback whisperer. I don't think we should forget that with just the struggles they've had with it's Tommy DeVito and Daniel Jones and Drew Lock and whoever else they've had over there. This guy got the job because he turned Josh Allen from a good quarterback to an MVP. And I think if he's going to buy into it and you're going to buy into him and give him one more year, sure. Like, even if they miss on Jackson Dart it's not like a franchise altering move, right?
Yeah.
It's really not. And I love Abdul Carter. You stand pat, you get him. The number one defensive player other than Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's his own little category, guys.
Right.
The best edge, like you said, I think we both had him in his own little class.
Yeah.
And I love Darius Alexander. I like Marcus Bow.
You like Cam Scatteraboo?
Yeah.
In the fourth round?
I don't love him, but you get him in the fourth round. I'm cool with that. That's all good.
Yeah.
Even though it's not my cup of tea. When I had him at 7, you had him at 5. He's solid. And get him in the fourth round? Absolutely. Yeah. Good value. Good value. But what did you think? I didn't get to hear you talk about Cam Scatteraboo.
Look,
what do you think? I know you love the kid.
I like the place that he fell into because it's not like Tyrone Tracy is like some,
thumper. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I would love both of them on the field, So good little one, two-headed monster over there in New York. Look, obviously, I'm going to go with I like it. Okay. And that's just because I don't think Jackson Dart was the guy in number one.
I like it too. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. We both thought it was for Shador.
Right.
I think everyone did.
So look, me and Max are Shador guys, when it comes to him over Jackson Dart. Okay. Jackson Dart is a fine player, but I do think I have some major question marks about Jackson Dart as far as like, I don't think his arm strength is like crazy compared to Shador Sanders, I don't think the processing is on a whole nother level. Like you do got to take it with with a grain of salt as far as like he came from Lane Kiffin, came from that Ole Miss offense where a lot of stuff is gimmies to him.
Really college offense, really college.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, so I like it. I really like Darius Alexander in the third, Cam Scatteraboo in the fourth, and then obviously you get the big dog in Abdul Carter. So maybe they can move off of Kayvon Thibodeau or maybe find a spot for him. Maybe throw someone in the inside. Who knows? They got Brian Burns. They got 3 edge rushers. It's not a bad thing to have 3 edge rushers.
No, not at all. Not at all. And God forbid one of them gets hurt.
Right.
You're not left standing there like the Detroit Lions. I bet Detroit Lion fans are like, 3 sounds great.
Yeah. They'll find a way. They'll find a way to get those guys on the field at the same time. Yeah. So I like it too. Yeah. So as far as Jackson, and do you feel like in all honesty, like, do you think Jackson Dart would have been there? That I think they panicked a little bit because they jumped right in front of LA, the Rams at the time. And the Rams were talking.
Maybe the Rams had intel that, McVay really. But here's my thing. If McVay loved Goff and worked with Goff for so many years, I would think Shador would fit that bill. And unless, again, they're worried. Again, I don't want to turn every decision about why would they pass up Shador. But this one specifically, if they had intel and he's your guy and you're not worried about all the other stuff, because, hey, I can agree with NFL executives of we're kind of worried if this kid gets into the big city and he's already got money and how focused is he going to be, right? Because I've never interviewed him, right? And if you didn't love the interview, that's absolutely a valid reason to not take him in the first round. Yeah. Absolutely valid.
And if we're grading the pick based off of this Jackson Dart, honestly, like I come back to this as well. Like they traded up for him in the first round, right? They have Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart now. Now I understand throwing Shador Sanders into that mix would have been even worse, you know, because it's a circus when he comes to town. So I find it hard that Jackson Dart's just gonna come in and like succeed because he's not gonna start right away. Like, do you think he's
I
gonna
would
look
th
better?
yeah, no,
Do you
I
think he's
would think
gonna
he
look
wouldn't.
okay? So he's not right, but this
I would
coaching
think not.
staff needs to win now. They can't afford to
I
be
I
like, oh,
I will say
we're
this,
grooming
I don't
Jackson
think they're
Dart.
as far off as people think. I understand they were bad last year, 3-14, but Russell Wilson's a level up from whatever the quarterback play they had last year. The last year it was abysmal,
Mhm.
and I think the O-line's headed in the right direction. Andrew Thomas is healthy. They got Illuminor. They got Bow. Even if they can get anything out of Evan Neal, they got your boy 2 years ago, John Michael Schmitz, who's
Yeah,
been really good for them.
yeah,
I think they're kind of turning things around one slowly but surely. And what I do like is you got Cam Scadabout, you got a guard to help out, and you still have Malik Neighbors and Jalen Hyatt's solid. You maybe get a tight end in there. It's not
I don't
like I
know
know
about Jalen.
I'm not trying to glaze Jalen Hyatt. I'm just saying it's not like he has nothing out there to succeed. They're slowly building it in the right
I can
direction.
just
Tyrone Tracy.
I can just see a world where the quarterback is still an issue just because of the musical chairs. Just because like
I could see
if
that too.
if Russell Wilson is playing bad, let's start Jameis. Oh, Jameis looked good in one quarter.
Again,
Oh,
and this is a problem with always taking a talented backup is like if your starter, God forbid, he struggles, like Joey said to me, well, why would the Patriots not take Shador right here? Like just the value of the pick. I'm like, because they don't
no.
want Drake May to struggle at all and be like, yo, throw Shador
Yeah,
out there.
no. That's why they got rid of Joe
Exactly.
Milton.
Exactly. And Joe Milton didn't even do that much. He played against Buffalo's backup. Some people are going ape
Yeah.
shit. Excuse my
And that's what
language.
happens. That's what happens. The media is there, especially in New York. They're gonna be like, "Oh, Jackson Dart looked good in practice today. Oh, Russell Wilson's
Oh, I
throwing
remember
picks."
Davis Webb. Remember how good
Yeah,
he was because he had the big arm. Wow, whoa, look at this guy.
yeah. So I'm gonna say I like it. Honestly, if just they didn't pick Jackson Dart, I probably would have loved it because I really do like all the other players that they have. It's just that one I'm questioning a little bit.
Big dreams, everything ain't what it seems. Glittering gold both clean. Not on my team. This organic, we don't buy streams.